Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I recently held my first vintage market pop-up event. I'm hooked. This all started when I had a ton of really good pieces that I just wasn't wearing anymore. And I was thinking, these are way too good to just hand to Goodwill. These are way too good to take to Plato's, and I know they're gonna hustle me. Sometimes they just don't understand, like, oh, this is Free People or Anthropologie. It's worth a lot of money, and I value it. The idea kind of came about from that, and I was like, you know what? I really love posting and creating cute stories. Why don't I just make an Instagram account where I sell my clothes? I've seen people do it on Facebook, and I was like, well, what if I just like make it cute? So just for fun, I started selling my stuff on Instagram. I did this funky theme with it that was very playful.
Get in, loser, we're going shopping.
I made really cute stories, and then I started shipping stuff. Honestly, I just had so much fun creating. I combined the two. I call this page Hannah's Treasures, yo. Hannah's Treasures was taken, so I was like, yo, like, whatever. I didn't think twice about it. I was like, I'm just gonna do this. So I had what I now call drop V1. I was just doing that really for fun, really not even for the money, because like I really considered just giving them away. And so I valued my pieces very low. They just sold like hotcakes. I had less than like 100 followers on this account. It was just fun. It kind of like gave me a little spark. And maybe half a year later, I came out with what I call drop V2, and I made it disco theme. I needed to get rid of a ton of clothes, so I used this Instagram to sell my stuff again. And honestly, that drop really blew me away. And I started to really like accentuate the experience of it. I really made it a point, whoever claimed my clothes, to have a positive experience associated with it. And what I mean by that is I would give out freebies. I was also getting rid of a lot of Squishmallows from my former days, giving some away for free and some you can like pay me for or whatever, but it was just like not a lot. Then I also would give away these really cute little butterfly erasers and stickers. I would handwrite a thank you card. If it was like a local meetup, I would put it in a gift bag, PacSun bag or something like that. And I would put a little sticker on it with their name, and I would tie it with a bow, and I would tie each piece in ribbon. And I put the little freebies in there. And then if I was shipping, I bought pink shipping envelopes, all cohesive, cottagecore, floral, garden fairy, like that. That's the vibe if you haven't picked up on it. Sorry, I had to refuel. I have what's left of a matcha here. Fun drinks enhance my life. Like every time I have a fun drink, that's 30 extra days of life. At this point, I'm gonna live forever. I was doing this stuff and not even advertising. When I would send them out, they'd be like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. And I'd be like, thanks. It's just fun. Literally just felt like playing to me, like a little kid just playing. And that is where my market pop-up came into fruition. I moved back to North Carolina all the way from California. So basically, since I moved back, I started this thing in my own life. I like to call it glowing up my life. I had been glowing up my wardrobe. I just had this deep desire to care for myself again, to love myself, and I've been concentrating on specific areas of my life that I just want to glow up. And so I started with skincare, then I started doing makeup, then I started working on my diet, naturally losing weight because I was eating cleaner. There's a lot of things I could talk about that. So I am going to be doing a series right after this video, so please turn on post notifications so you don't want to miss. I already recorded my makeup routine and skincare routine, so those two are coming out soon, and I'm so excited. Like, part of this journey of glowing up my life, I had been glowing up my wardrobe. I used to like shop a lot and thrift a lot, and I would buy pieces that really you can only wear one time every once in a while. So I started thinking more quality in mind. I started shopping at Free People a lot more, and then I started only buying things secondhand when it's something that's really like this. Really, this came from a place of valuing myself more internally, and I've noticed it has externally kind of came and like manifested itself into my wardrobe, my skincare, my makeup, even my hair. Like that's in process, what I eat, my spiritual life, like all of this I've been glowing up because I really think it's important that we learn how to take care of ourselves, learn how to love ourselves. I've never really thought to concentrate on each specific area and enhance it for me. It's been just such a rich journey that I really want to share this with you. But because of that, when I moved back from California and looked at my wardrobe, I was like, I don't want any of this anymore. Like, not that I don't like these pieces, I'm just not gonna wear them. I wanna make room for new things in my life. Almost like elevated version of myself. But I just wanted to make space. It's funny because I mean emotionally, but really it happened physically too. Like my closet's half empty now. And so I was like, I need to get rid of all these clothes. Before I moved, I was researching markets. I really just wanted to brand Hannah's Treasures. I wanted to make a cool banner. I wanted to have a cool looking tent. I love interior design. So really that was the motivation. I just couldn't find one. The only one I found, I think it was like $200, the vendor fee, and it was a really big market. And in retrospect, I'm so glad I didn't do it because I was just not ready. Oh, by the way, the girl with the brand Monica's Collective doesn't know this, but she's like my new mentor. I've been binging her channel. But I couldn't find anything in no vintage markets. I didn't really know this was a thing. I was still living in California at the time, but I had visited and I saw that they opened a vintage thrifted clothing shop. I talked to the owner and we start talking about how he wants to like do a vintage market. And I was like, holy crap, you have no idea how long I've waited wanting to do something like you're doing. I literally wished this into reality. Like I left, I came back and it was here. I'm like, oh. Moved back, get settled in, 4 months later, and then I got invited and I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And I was like, I only have enough for like 1 rack. He's like, it needs to be 2. Because I thought it'd be like 4 racks per tent. I don't know why in my brain, I just think of like, okay, it needs like this much. But by the time I got there, pay the deposit or whatever, he gives me my own tent. It's pink and I have 2 big racks. I hadn't done deep research yet onto what tents and booths should look like, just because I didn't want self-comparison to creep in on my very first pop-up. I like to do things excellently. I like to do things well. Really, this whole glow up idea came from the idea of excellence and incorporating that in my life in a gentle way, not a forced like 5 a.m. wake up. We're not doing that. Maybe one day, but not today. And I was kind of like shielding myself to not welcome in self-comparison because I know if I saw a really cool booth, I would just push it more than it needs to be for the first time. I'm just learning what the process actually looks like and that it's very healthy to not neglect the process, but to embrace and welcome it. And so I was like, okay, how can I do this really well? I actually kind of didn't think about, this will be crappy for my first time. Like, I didn't think that. I was like, how can I do the best with what I had? And so I looked around my house and I took 2 tables from my home, a bunch of decorations from my home. I bring some fake tulips because it's almost Easter. It's the beginning of spring right now. I set up my tent. It looked so cute. And I set up, I had bought these erasers that were on sale at Target, but I had thrifted this like sunshine bowl thing. I put it on my table, I put the erasers in there, and so I kind of advertised, even if you're not buying anything, I want you to take something. Whether it's a cute little eraser, I call it little friend, or like get a sticker. It just gives joy. It cost me probably $5 total, like I think I can manage. I created a poster. This is the first version, and this is the second version. Half of it just felt like empty. The logo felt empty. And I was like, okay, how can I fill this out with like, I want to put my favorite things in there. I want to put stars, some of my road trip stuff, because I do sell a lot of outdoorsy nice things, like Lululemon, windbreakers you would find at REI, Nike, stuff like that. Again, I'm keeping in mind, this isn't my final draft, but I have an idea for how I want to keep like evolving this until I'm really just like, this is it. I have some ideas cooking. I tried to put fairy lights all around the top of the tent. That didn't really go well because the fairy lights are too tiny. Next time I'm gonna be bringing these string lights I have. I wanna do a disco ball. I wanna bring a rug. Like I have big ideas. I wanna do a bigger table and I wanna do shelves that are like eye level. We thought about doing a bubble machine. But my style, not even just for Hannah's Treasures, but just in life. Someone asked me, what's your interior design style? I was like, I don't know, boho. But as I've been like kind of researching cozy creators and interior design, whimsical is my vibe. And so I wanted to really lean into whimsy, which really I don't have to try. That's just like naturally what I love. But I like the idea of playfulness and just making your experience so positive. It's like we're playing like little kids, carefree, like we're not thinking too hard. There was this girl and she was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking for a crocheted bag just like this. And I'm like, yeah girl, I got it from World Market and I used to love this person. She's like, ah, and I'm like, ah. I'm like, that's what it's about. That is why I do this, because no one at Plato's Closet or Goodwill is gonna say that. I mean, at Goodwill they might when they find it, but honey. So yeah, I did my pop-up and it was so much fun and I am hooked. I made so many friends. Hi baby. I met so many cool people and it was just such like a enjoyable experience. Like I will never forget that. It's just such a magical experience. I knew that when I did this, I wanted to make a reel about it. I thought of my friend and I was like, hey, like, would you mind, like, if you can't, like, would you mind like helping me film a reel? I made it as easy as I can for her. I said, I just want 4 clips. And she was like, I would love to, like, yes. And I was like, and so that just like made me feel so thankful. I literally like just didn't want to be an inconvenience for her. She ended up taking a lot more content than I told her she needed. Like I literally was like, you don't have to take Blue, you don't have to take as much content as you are. And she's like, no, like I want to get this good shot, you know, I want this to be good. And she did so good, exceeded my expectations. When she reposted it, she was like geeking over filming this because some of my sparkle came back. And I messaged her, I was like, me pursuing my sparkle made your sparkle come back? And she was like, girl, yes. And I was just like, this is what it's about. This is bigger than me. All that to say, I want to share this so your sparkle can come back too. Ah. I'm joking, but I'm so serious. So I really wanted to make my first market experience into a YouTube video. I want to keep you guys in the process. Like this is my first one. I want to talk about what I learned along the way. I want to talk about what I could do better. Sounds like I'm interviewing myself right now. I'm so glad I recorded this video. I was just full of life talking about this. And I just know I'm gonna stack B-roll all over this video of like everything I'm talking about. I ended up selling 26 pieces total in my first market in a few hours. You know, the tent beside me had like quadruple the size of an inventory as I did. He's like, I've already made over $500 today. And that's when it dawned on me, you can make that kind of money from this? Like, I didn't even know. Like, I've just had no idea. Like, I had no idea what I was tapping into. And again, it's not about the money. I love giving. I never thought like this could be like a lucrative thing. What? Like I could make good money? What? And not in a scammy way, but just like a, hey, you need to price your things accordingly. Like don't sell yourself short. That's one thing I learned. I was selling a lot of my stuff way more cheap than I should have. I don't want to lowball myself. My camera's about to die. Beep, beep. New battery acquired. My camera battery only lasts like 30 minutes. I'm kind of in the market for a new camera. I look like George Washington right now. Little equestrian boy. Girl, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Forget it. No, we're not forgetting it. Oh, what a journey. Whatever. So I end up making way more sales than I thought was possible. I end up learning that this is actually pretty lucrative. And I'm also a firm believer that provision follows vision. When you are just creating out of this pure place and like not a selfish intent, I do believe provision naturally follows that. And I'm also just passionate in general about entrepreneurship and turning something you love into a career. So that is a goal of mine, is to make a career out of this, like giving a sparkle to people, you know, and I care about, I'm about to cry. Like I am so passionate about this and I care about it so much. It is not about the money. Literally, it's like a fuel to keep going, because if I don't have money, I can't keep doing it. The resources dry up, so does my, you know, and I just really feel like this is something that's been giving me excitement and joy lately that I've really been needing. I really think like the reason we're gifted in certain ways is to not just give those gifts to the world, like it is for that, but it's also just for us. It's for us to just unwrap and be like, this is for me. This is for me? What? Well, y'all, this was the story of my first market pop-up event. I hope this helps you. Maybe if you haven't committed to doing something you really love, that this is the little push you needed to like, hey, just do it and don't be so hard on yourself. Take it one day at a time and it'll be really worth it. It's really worth it. There's this thing in our brain that literally matures the more we do things that make us uncomfortable. We're wired to embrace fear. So if you're a little nervous to do something like this, you're meant to do it. Like, you're supposed to be doing it. The fear is because we care, but don't let it hold you back. I just feel like it's gonna open so many doors, and I'm just like, I'm so excited. Be sure to follow my Instagram account because I post often. If you haven't subscribed yet, please remember to do so. It helps me out a lot, helps me have the fuel to keep doing this. Turn on post notifications. I'm gonna be releasing my Glow Up My Life series, and I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited. It's my girl. Bye. She no like. I'm sorry. Bye. Bye.